welcome. It is our fourth week of continuing education. My name is Kathy Alldredge, and I am your doTERRA leader joining you tonight for our fourth week in continuing education. It is on oils for every age, and I'm really looking forward to tonight because this is one that all of us need. Yes, indeed. In fact, whatever age you are, this is really valuable for you. So let's get everybody on, and I'm going to make sure that we've got our meeting up for today. Great. Okay. So before we begin, let's take roll call. Let me see who's here and tell me the last oil you just put on. Okay. Let's use our chat function. And my nose is a little bit itchy, my friends. I might have to put on some. Well, I've got red mandarin in my drawer. And Hinakoi. Should I try that one? That's kind of nice. That one's nice. Okay, let's look at our chat functions. Yarrow Palm, Diana. You go, girl. Past tense. Oh, I'm sorry. Was it a hard day, Debbie? And adaptive. That is what I just had put on, adaptive. Whew. Oh, and Sally's been using a lot of oils on my sick kiddo, okay? Sally, reach out to me after, or Laura, if she's on too, and make sure that we give you the Symphony of Cells protocol for your little one, okay? Wow, it is super cool to see all of you using adaptive. All of you have probably fallen in love with it like I have, and we're gonna even talk about that a little bit in our call tonight. So one of the things that I remember that I loved when I first started learning about oils. See, 8-9 years ago when I started using oils, I had never used natural methods before. In fact, I was raised on medicine, and I had an aunt who was into oils, and I kind of thought she was kooky, and she was like, lavender, just put lavender and everything. And we were always laughing. We're like, just put lavender on it. And the reality is, it's so funny because that's kind of what I say now, just put lavender on it. But one of the questions that Dr. Hill says that he most often gets asked is, what is the ages that are safe for essential oil use? And he said, well, that's easy, from birth to death, okay? So doTERRA essential oils are the most tested and most trusted essential oils on the market. And I am so proud of being able to say that, okay? We go to great lengths to make sure they're not only the safest, but also the wisest choice of natural health care for your family. So in this picture here, and hopefully some of you got the handout via image, I will have that PDF for you to print out on our Facebook group afterwards. So we're just gonna go through a few suggested oils, and of course, there are other oils and many of the oils that you can use for specific needs, especially if your child has health concerns or things that they have special need for. But for me, On Guard is one of those oils that is probably one of the #1 most used oils that people at least have heard about. And this is a great oil, and especially in the touch form because it's been diluted, to put on those babies' feet, okay? Keep those babies healthy, help those valuable organs, feed those cells as they are duplicating so quickly and rapidly in those first few days, weeks, and months. Now, Tamer is a really beautiful blend that's got spearmint in it and among some other oils that is great for the babies and or adults. Anyone else use Tamer? I want to see it in the chat. I love the smell of Tamer, and that's my go-to if I'm upstairs in my bedroom, my stomach kind of hurts. I'll put Tamer on my stomach and put that directly on the skin because it's diluted with that coconut oil. Now, jumping into the oils for every age. And something I want to, now that I've got a few more of you online, I want to make sure you know how tonight is running. Tonight we are covering oils for every age. We will be going through infants, okay, from birth to adults, or even on to those aging years that we have. And then, of course, like all of our continuing education, we will be going into a business training. And tonight our business training is more of an intensive 6 weeks to elite, which is our first rank within doTERRA. So those of you who want to stay on for that portion, please do. That will be really valuable to you as you see how quickly and how easy that you can replace and or add to your income by sharing these amazing products. So back to our coverage for tonight. I absolutely love these pictures, and Dana Moore from Live Naturally has put together these PowerPoint presentations and these handouts, by the way, and they're available to you on my team to be doing in your own continuing education type breakouts, whether you do those at your home or you do those, you know, behind the computer like I've done. So I want to point out that, you know, we have our unscented lotion and then of course a diffuser. Okay, a diffuser is a wonderful present for someone who's having a newborn baby. It's a really simple way to get the oils into the body through the olfactory, right? Without actually putting those oils on that baby, we can support on a cellular level inside of their body. Now, our unscented lotion is incredible. In fact, I like to put it in my hands and then just mix whatever essential oil that I want on my skin, whether it's lavender, yarrow palm, frankincense, helichrysum. And this lotion is one that actually has natural products in it. And remember, you know, you have many organs in your body and your skin is one of those organs. And please remember that you can feed your skin through toxins and then also natural products. So it's a beautiful way to keep your skin safe. I wanted to also share with you some things to know about some, you know, off oils that you might not know about for your babies. Those, when the babies have ear pain, my go-tos are basil, lavender, melaleuca. My diaper spray has lavender, melaleuca, and Roman chamomile in it. And I use that, of course, in a spray bottle, like a 2 to 4 ounce spray bottle with coconut oil. And then maybe 5 to 10 drops of lavender, melaleuca, and Roman chamomile in that. And that makes an incredible diaper spray. Because remember, anything fungal, you know, the dots that the babies have on their bums, that tea tree or melaleuca, it's a really fabulous support for that. Now, lemons is one that, of course, for the babies, you can use to help clean the area of the babies. And then also just making sure just even on the bottom of their feet, it's a really simple immune support. Now let's talk about pregnancy. I actually was able to use oils through my last pregnancy. I didn't know about oils before that. And I was able to really support myself on an emotional and physical level. Now, in pregnancy, it's suggested, of course, that you take a prenatal, and I did take our Long Life Vitality vitamins, loved our vitamins, and I still do. And I also, every day, take Terrazyme, and especially when you're pregnant, okay? You want to be able to make sure that you're digesting the food and that you can absorb every last bit of nutrients and energy for yourself and your baby from your food. So if you take an enzyme with every meal, even when you have that baby, it helps pass through the breast milk and it allows the baby to have a more settled tummy, right? How amazing is that? And it helps you see that the food we eat, of course, is fuel. Now, those of you who haven't discovered Copaiba is our sister to CBD. doTERRA does not carry CBD oil, and we won't, okay? We carry Copaiba, which works on the same CB1 and CB2 receptors. Copaiba is a really great oil to make sure then put underneath your tongue twice daily. And I don't know if you knew this, to support and a boost in milk supply. Okay, now this should say pregnancy and early on, of course, after that baby, as well as we talk about breast and milk support. Basil and fennel. Has anyone had success using basil and fennel when they were nursing their babies? Okay, this is one that you can actually apply topically to breasts after nursing to support a healthy milk supply. And I always kind of suggest when you are treating an area to not necessarily target the area where you think it's going to be, like for instance, the nipple. I would actually, you know, trace that along the milk ducts to help support that healthy milk supply. A great reference is a book written by Stephanie Fritz, F-R-I-T-Z, for any of those expecting mothers or those who are looking at fertility and or support using doTERRA essential oils. I sat next to Stephanie Fritz at an event 2 weeks ago and was able to thank her for the guidance that she had within my own pregnancies. Now, you'll hear often that I've heard I'm not supposed to use peppermint when I'm pregnant. Oh my gosh, guys, I used peppermint my entire pregnancy because it was great for nausea, great for, combating that, and then also for digestion. So, however, after you have that baby, can the peppermint decrease milk supply? Yeah, it can. Does it in everyone? No. But it also is very nice and cooling when you do have the hot and fullness after having breastfeeding, right? After those first few days, it does help calm that down a little bit. Okay, how many of you use our PB Assist Junior with your kids and or our A to Z chewables? This is something my kids, the PB Assist Junior is really like little candy treats in my house, and it's really quite fun to be able to give those to the kids and know that I'm giving them that pre and probiotic powder. Those of you who aren't really familiar with probiotics, that is helps us to create that healthy flora in the gut and helps with our immune system and helping, of course, with the flora and the bacteria levels in our gut health. We also have the IQ Mega, which is a fish oil. It's wild orange flavored. A lot of people will add it to their smoothies or add it to their oatmeal or things that it can be hidden. Or I have friends that will just literally take it per spoonful. We have the A to Z chewables. We just line them up right there next to their breakfast, and they have those every day. People always love to ask me at what age is it safe to give the kids the chewables? And I said, well, when they can chew, right? You're not going to want to give someone a chewable who isn't necessarily eating solids. Okay. The On Guard beadlets. These are items that are in every purse, every church bag, that can go in my kids' backpacks. And when they have that itchiness in their throat or they're starting to kind of feel a little bit crummy, they can actually easily pop those. Now keep in mind that I'm trying to think, does anyone know perhaps, is it 6 to 8 drops in each one of those little beadlets? I did have one of my sons once take one and say, can you pop these? And he literally just like popped it into his eye. It was horrible. So be careful with those little beadlets and our soft gels, with the kiddos. Now let's talk about some of my very favorite products. This is the kids collection. I'm going to stop share for a second so I can kind of show with you a few of these things. Inside the kids collection, we have Brave. I don't know if you can see that. I might see if we can do a little share here. And you can see, okay, give me just a second and we're going to watch this together. Okay, hold on. Where is my, there it is. Okay, hopefully you guys can, hopefully you can see this and hear this with me.
Finally, doTERRA's created an essential oil kit with us in mind. A line of oils that are safe, gentle, and effective. The kids collection includes 6 unique and exclusive oil blends. Thinker, Calmer, Stronger, Rescuer, Steady, and Brave. It's so cool! It also comes with a set of flashcards and a carrying tote. And best of all, they're made for kids, not moms. Use the Thinker Focus blend when you have a lot of distractions. It helps with clarity and makes you more alert. Thinker is perfect when you need to concentrate and pay attention, featuring vetiver, clementine, peppermint, and rosemary, combined with fractionated coconut oil. Just roll Thinker onto your temples, wrists, and the back of your neck. When your mom and dad make you go to bed, Calmer Restful Blend helps it to be a happy and peaceful experience. Rolling Calmer onto the bottom of your feet and the back of your neck really helps your mind rest. Combining the soothing properties of lavender, Buddha wood, and Roman chamomile essential oils along with fractionated coconut oil, Calmer can be used every night before bed. Stronger Protective Blend helps to provide natural defense against environmental threats. Cedarwood, Letsia, frankincense, and rose essential oils combine to help boost your immunity. After a busy day of playing, apply Rescuer to help relax your growing tired legs. Lavender, spearmint, and copaiba are combined with fractionated coconut oil to help soothe even sensitive skin. Roll rescuer onto your legs, hands, or shoulders after activity to provide comfort and relief. Steady grounding blend can help soothe feelings of stress or anxiousness. Amyris, balsam fir, coriander, and magnolia essential oils are blended with fractionated coconut oil to deliver a calming effect perfect for all skin types. When you feel overwhelmed, roll steady onto the back of your neck or wrists and take a deep breath, allowing your mood to find balance. If you're feeling nervous or like you don't even want to do anything, use the Brave Courage blend. Wild orange, amyris, osmanthus, and cinnamon bark oils combined with fractionated coconut oil. Brave helps boost your emotions to help you feel calm. Roll Brave onto the bottoms of your feet and the back of your hands to help with courage and positivity. The doTERRA Kids Collection, a line of oils that are safe, gentle, and effective for use on little ones. Little ones? Well, they mean kids. Why don't they say that then? Technically, we're still little kids. I'm feeling some growing pains. Okay, you're starting to be.
I just thought you might enjoy that. I thought that was really quite sweet in kind of explaining that kids collection. I hope you were able to hear that. I wasn't able to hear if you guys were able to catch that a little bit, so hopefully. Okay, so I wanted to let you know that yes, I do use the kids blends. In fact, my very, very favorite one is Thinker. It's got vetiver in it, and I have to tell you, I haven't really been a great fan of vetiver until it was introduced in the Thinker blend because it has a really great balance with peppermint in there. So let's talk about teenage years. Okay, it's already hard enough to be a teenager, and then our hormones start to change and we start to get acne. I do wanted to point out that we do have an acne line, the HD Clear skincare line. Really helps balance the changing skin, but number one thing that I would always suggest those who get acne is to take 2 to 4 of the Terrazyme every day. Really, if you can help balance those hormones through digestion as well, it'll help with the acne. I wanted to point out that lifelong vitality is a great time to start as teenagers. Again, foundational support for those changing bodies. Diffusers. Okay, I can't tell you how many moms come to me and say, my daughter, my son is suffering from anxiety, depression. It's really, really, really common in this technological age. The first thing I want to do is tell them to limit the cell phone usage, make sure that they plug in the cell phones or any other technology items, maybe in a shared area or up in the parents' room, so that they can release that and have that in uninterrupted sleep time. Really, really important. But diffusing oils for mood support is essential, okay? Allow them to diffuse oils that best support them, that they enjoy the smells. And then you yourself make sure you're diffusing as they come and go, and with emotional support as well. Now, Clary Calm is oftentimes been called or referred to as a menstrual eraser. It can really help, especially in those times where the girls start to get painful periods and things. They simply just need to rub that on their abdomen. Those who get hormonal migraines, whether you are an adolescent or an adult, that's a really great oil to support the balancing of hormones. Now let's talk about the adult years. Okay, if I were put on a desert island and could only have one of doTERRA's products, it would absolutely be the Lifelong Vitality, right? This is a foundational support that really does help fill the nutritional gaps. So if I have to live off of coconuts and fish, I would be able to have the nutritional support so when the lifeboats came to get me, okay? This Lifelong Vitality is something I take regularly, and it really does helps me wake up in the morning. Naturally, I've been waking up about 6:30 in the morning, getting to the gym before my kids are even awake. It helps support me with increased energy, mental clarity, and decreased inflammation. I've mentioned, and you hear me mention over and over and over again, is there anyone on this continuing education that does not take Terrazyme yet? Are you even going to admit it to me? Right? Terrazyme is, once you start taking this, you're going to recognize the beauty of actually having really great digestion. Okay. And 2 to 3 drops of lemon in your water is an incredible way of clearing toxicities from inside of us. And then, of course, giving us that immune support as well. Now, we can use oils aromatically, topically, and internally. Some of my very favorite ones to do aromatically are Citrus Bliss. It has more of like a vanilla, wild orange hue to it. It's one that I'll oftentimes put on the inside of my wrists. It's uplifting and it's free from toxic fragrances. Just for fun, something I'll share with you, when you mix Citrus Bliss and wintergreen, it actually smells like a root beer float. I know, who would have thought, right? Okay. Now, topically, do you know what's interesting is being in your 40s, and I'm sure it's going to get even worse, those of you who are older than me, is that our bodies hurt, right? And we really can use our oils daily to reduce stress and increase energy. This here, of course, photoed here is Motivate, a great one to take to the gym, give you a little bit of an extra boost. And then Adaptive. Adaptive has been, and going back to the teenage years, Adaptive has been an incredible gift to my life. I've been able to really be able to target my emotional health. In fact, one of my leaders reached out to me and said, "Are you on Adaptive again?" And I'm like, well, yeah, I'm being really, making sure that I'm taking it regularly, taking 2 in the morning and 2 at night. And she said, because you are getting stuff done and I can tell when you're on Adaptive. So that was pretty cool to have that kind of compliment. Okay. Now, internally is the way we take oils that are safe for internal ingestion. And I wanted to point out some of the citrus oils that are right here. Those of you who have heard about monoterpenes, like limonene, they really make the lime and tangerine the citrus oils on a chemical level, restoring life and sharing creativity to your day. Okay, and grapefruit is an uplifting oil to lift one out of the body and also honor the body. So you can mix and use up to 24 drops internally daily for optimal health. Now, when I say up to 24 drops, does that mean I'm going to ask you to tell you that you should put 24 drops in your bottle? No, not all at the same time, right? So how many ounces of water are we supposed to be drinking a day? Half our body weight in ounces. Okay, so theoretically, if I weighed, let's say 125 pounds, I would divide that by half, and being able to say, okay, roughly 65 to 70 ounces of water a day. So you can take, 4 drops in each, 4 drops, 4 drops, 4 drops, depending on how large your water bottle is. I always say, it's per taste. Okay. A lot of times I'm actually quite what I call a heavy oiler. I love the taste of oils in my water. But then other times, a lot of people have really sensitive palates and can only take 1 or 2 drops. Now, something that has become apparent to some of my friends is that our skin begins to thin as we age. And the fractionated coconut oil diluted with essential oils is a really great oil to protect and moisturize the skin that is thinning. I do love the coconut oil. I use that to remove my makeup. I use that just directly on my face to give that kind of healthy glow. And of course, add this H2, the long life vitality, to help improve energy and nourish your brain. Now, in those glory years, we hear this all the time. Did you know that after your 30s, if you are not taking or have the appropriate amount of calcium in your body, that it begins to take it from your bones, which is why we have brittle bones and the density piece. So realize that our bone nutrient complex has magnesium, okay, and 100% of the daily recommended amount, of course, of calcium and magnesium. How many of you have been told by doctors to take a vitamin D? Raise your hand. Okay, so this bone nutrient complex contains both vitamin D2 and D3. Really powerful oils in that. So I want to share with you again at the end of our continuing education some Symphony of Cells treatments. If you have not had a chance to attend one of Boyd Truman's Symphony of Cells trainings, please get on his website and see when he's traveling into your city or town next. I mean, I believe he's been in Hawaii lately, in Australia, and he travels around the world teaching people about this powerful technique of being able to actually service and treat our body for specific conditions. So in the Symphony of Cells protocol in our handout for today's continuing education is the basic 4 oils. Okay, this is my go-to Sunday night with my kids, the 4 oils that I put on their back. First is frankincense, and if you look at the slide, you can see there that it's showing right there at the neck, okay, smell and feet. This is really important as it enters in the spinal column right here at the neck. Something I want to point out is next week is week 5, and we actually are going to dive into the Symphony cells a little bit deeper. And I'm really excited to be able to introduce that to you next week. Now, the second oil in that protocol is Melaleuca. Okay, Melaleuca is one that kind of goes in there and works as an opener. It's an antiseptic in nature. And that one goes on the spine and the feet. Can you see those little pictures next to it? Now, if I'm using this on a child, this particular technique, Boyd Truman suggests 4 drops of each oil in that order is just plenty enough. Okay, if I'm doing this on an adult, then I will be doing up to 8 drops. Okay, and it's interesting because I know here on this handout it says apply 2 to 3 drops of the following oils. When I was in the training, he said 4 for children and 8 for adults. Okay, now up at the top it says apply FCO. Does anyone not know what FCO is yet? Fractionated coconut oil liberally to the back, neck, and shoulders, and then apply 2 to 3 drops of the following oils over the back and feet. Okay, and then you go to the next oil. Now, massage blend is aroma touch. Usually on a lot of our materials, you'll see the secondary name of an oil as they don't put in, they probably should have just put aroma touch, but that's a massage blend. And then it ends with peppermint. Now, if you look, there's a little temperature thing next to the peppermint, okay? If this person who is having the Symphony of Cells feels discomfort because that peppermint is too cold, then just dilute some more, or maybe even put a hot bean bag on that person's spine to help drive those oils deeper into the tissues. It's really important to know. Oh, Sally, yay, yes, that's a great one for your daughter. And when she's feeling sick right now, feel free to do this, you know, twice a day, 4 times a week, you know, until it helps her feel better. And, you know, essential oils have been such a blessing in my life. We do get sick, but we usually will get over things quite quickly because we use those oils. Now, cardiovascular, I wanted to read to you what would be the purpose of using the cardiovascular Symphony of Cells. Okay, you can see the oils here that are in that. Those who have anything heart related, cardiovascular, of course, cholesterol problems, diabetes, heart disorder, heart valve disorder, phlebitis, Raynaud's disorder, varicose veins, and vascular disorder. So the body systems that the cardiovascular help supports are circulatory and cardiovascular, the immune support, and the urinary tract. Okay, now there are specific ones that support different needs. We're going to jump into those next week. Okay, unfortunately, I can't share with you the guide in every single one of those treatments, but you can go to symphonyofcells.com and grab them. Okay, so I want to talk to you about what it looks like to share doTERRA. And this is where we get to go into the sharing portion of our continuing education, because what is happening, and I don't know if you know this, but 85% of those people who order from doTERRA simply order the products for themselves. And then there's been a slight sliver of those 85% who are actually padding their order and ordering for their friends and families and neighbors, and yet not getting the benefits and the perks of being paid by doTERRA. And something you might want to know is doTERRA is unique in regards to an MLM company. So most MLM companies or network marketing companies have gotten bad raps, and rightfully so. They actually create the compensation plan first and then go out and try to find the product that will match or help them get paid in their compensation plan. But doTERRA did that in reverse. They discovered that they could do a safer, cheaper, more pure essential oil, and collectively decided that instead of paying marketers, advertisers, that they would pay you and I. to share this, knowing that there was a particular level of education that needed to accompany. I mean, how could you tell someone to put 4 oils on the back like that if they didn't know and believe and experience the essential oils for themselves and be able to see that value in their own lives? So if you are looking for a way to maybe bring in a little extra spending cash, or if you're even going as far to saying, oh my gosh, what would it look like to have residual income? Building a doTERRA business means you can work from home, okay, and you can have a flexible schedule. You can create that stable financial future, and you can make a difference in the world. I love to tell people that I serve people on both sides of the bottle, okay? So the distillers, the growers, the farmers who actually planted that seed, I help pay them a fair wage, okay? And the people who use these oils on the other side of the bottle, you know, as it comes in through doTERRA and through our manufacturing, I get to help them create financial stability and financial freedom. So the generous compensation plan is a proven vehicle for lasting residual income. And it's a pretty amazing gift. And I would love to help you partner with us and enter into our mentor program and to learn how to create that income for yourself and your family. When I first started doing doTERRA, I simply wanted to be able to put my kids in ballet and lacrosse and maybe go on a vacation here and there. And then that goal was reached and I had to think bigger, right? And then I was able to pay off my car and then I had to think bigger. And it's really cool as you share your victories as well. So if there's 3 simple steps to sharing, okay? This business is all about duplication, okay? We use oils, we share oils, and we teach people to do the same, okay? I get to give, I'm like an oil fairy. I get to give people free oils to try and experience for their health concerns. And if they have an awesome experience, then I invite them to learn more. I easily invite them to a class or I do a one-on-one, okay? So there's 3 types of people who come to these classes, right? Or come to learn more. And that first type of person just simply loves to use the doTERRA products. They're excited to live a natural solutions lifestyle. And when they learn about this, they loved, of course, can't wait to share these with their family. And we support this kind of person through free monthly essential oil education like you're receiving right now. Now, the second type of person is sitting here thinking, you know, my neighbor really needs these oils, or I want my mother to learn about this, or my friend really could use that TerraZyme, okay? These people naturally want to share what they love. And we support this type of person through a generous reward system for those people who share the products. I like to call these people affiliate members with doTERRA. And these people, as they consistently share over time, they can have their oils paid for that they purchase each month. And there are thousands of people around the world who are currently receiving free natural health care from doTERRA. Their oils are paid for each month. And with our generous loyalty rewards program, and then of course income coming in because you simply shared these products with someone else, it's a really amazing gift. And I would and this is why I do love the natural network marketing format that doTERRA is shared in. Now, the third type of person has been watching me this entire time thinking, this is what I want to do, right? I want to change people's lives through educating people about the power of essential oils. And doTERRA rewards this type of person through an incredibly generous compensation plan. And as these people educate others about the power of essential oils, they can earn enough to supplement or even replace their income so they can become financially free. So you have a choice, right? You can get your products paid for. You can hold a class or do an online webinar with one of my leaders. You can supplement your income, what we talked about with that free natural health care. Okay, and so for some people, supplementing your income or replacing, it depends on what country you're in, right? What does that look like for you? $1,000 a month to $4,000 a month? Replacing your income, $4,000 to $16,000 a month? And we can help you map out those goals and of course, back it down to the actions you need to take each month, each week. So we will help you make a plan to schedule your success because success is scheduled. Decide you'll be successful from day one, right? Set your sights, call that hit, and you'll want to behave from day one as if you are the CEO of your own $1 million organization. Okay, if you treat this like a $1 million business, it will become one. As you look for who I like to call your district managers of your own natural pharmaceutical company, right? If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to become an expensive hobby. So it's important to follow the proven system, which consists of daily activities to grow your business. I will, and my leaders will help you determine which activities to focus on to get the results you want, and to solely focus on these activities so that you don't get burned out in the process, and of course that you do and are able to replace your income. So if you treat this like you're clocking into your part-time job and setting time in your schedule for doTERRA, you will have that weekly success. So there are 7 business building activities to plug into your work or your weekly success schedule. And we're going to share these. You're going to want to master these activities. And if you're doing these 7 crucial activities and you're good at them, okay, and you'll practice until you get good at them, there's no way that you can't be successful in this business. You want to know what those are? We're going to teach you how to do an introduction to oils class. We all teach the same class. Okay, it's simple, it's duplicable, and it's taught at a 5th grade level. The second one is the basic business training. After every introduction to oils class, we always talk about the perks and benefits of having doing the doTERRA as a business. Okay, because we would never want someone to say, why didn't you share with me that I could have actually had my oils paid for? You know, I was really looking for something financially to support my family. We teach people how to do wellness consults with each other. So you don't have to be an expert in doTERRA. Okay, we have tools, we have apps, we have books that are the experts. This is empowerment healthcare. Okay, your job is to help people find in those books and resources the answers to their health concerns and help them map out a daily, weekly plan for their health. You invite those people you enroll to our continuing education class, right? And your diamonds and above will be doing those continuing education classes weekly so people can learn a little bit more, like tonight, about the advanced purposes and reasons for having using essential oils in their home. Each week, my team call is at 11 a.m. on Tuesday mornings. You're always welcome to join the team call as we practice these duplication methods. We role play activities and really learn how to best share these genuinely and authentically. And then, of course, having key strategy sessions with those key leaders. Now, of course, that would be you having a strategy session with your upline until your teams or those who are sharing those oils come into your business. Now, I want to talk to you about, and we'll kind of dive into a little bit more about those 7 steps. Can you hang on with me a little bit here? If you have been curious about this, I really want you to listen, okay? Because what I do is actually very, very simple. Yeah, it's very, very powerful, and it brings the most incredible benefits and financial rewards to my family. And I'm really looking for those people in these next few weeks and months that I can put my time, energy, and resources into. So if that's you and you're listening to this, chances are you're on my team. Let me help you map out your success path, okay? In those 7 steps, we will teach you how to do an intro to oils class, okay? Same class, same time, same day, the same place every week. And as you're consistent in having that class, your team will know that they have a place to invite people to learn more about essential oils. The class is no longer than 45 minutes, okay? We start to lose people after 45 minutes. We don't serve food, okay, until after the class. In the intro to sharing essential oils, the intro, of course, the business portion of sharing essential oils happens right after your class, okay? This speeds up duplication. Anyone who wants to bring someone to a class knows exactly where and when the next class will be. So those of you who are within driving distance, we actually have a really cool event happening that I'd like to invite you to attend, okay? Those of you who are here in the Salt Lake or Greater Salt Lake area have maybe been to Shills. Anyone been to Shills? in Sandy, we have 2 events happening, okay, where we have table hosts that are bringing in their friends, 4 to 5 tickets each, to this event at Shills. And if you are in the local area, I would like you to come as my guest. Okay, so please private message me and I will give you a ticket to come into this event. Now, what's really cool about this ticket is if you have friends that you would like to introduce the essential oils to, then I will have a ticket for them as well. Now, for each person that you bring, you will get a free gift. So if you have 2 or 3 friends that you are already thinking about, maybe that you've shared essential oils with, then if you haven't shared with them, I would suggest that you share with them first. I never like to invite people to a class who haven't had a positive experience with our essential oils. If you need help getting those samples, then please reach out to me or my leader and we'll get you those samples. So that class, of course, is happening this Saturday if you're watching it live tonight with me. And we have 2 sessions, one at 10:30 and 2 p.m. And these, of course, are private classes in this beautiful location at Shills where they have an amazing aquarium, and then we even are going to have Ferris wheel rides. So, and of course, there will be treats and beautiful things for us to share. Now, let's talk about what happens after the class. You're going to be able to see, if you're coming this Saturday, a simple intro to oils class that's 45 minutes. And then we will go right into, of course, after we help people discover which kits are going to work best for them, we will help them go into what I call the intro to sharing class, okay? We always introduce, like we're doing now, the benefits and the perks of sharing doTERRA as a business and the financial rewards. It will be no longer than 20 minutes. We will talk about 3 things. Building a pipeline, right? Buckets versus pipeline. If you haven't heard that story before, Google it. We will talk about how you earn, okay? How do you earn by sharing? Simple click and a send, and showing people the best kit to purchase for themselves based upon their needs. We love people to this product and to this business. And of course, we will share business success stories. So after the class, okay, and can I give you guys an example, those of you who teach your own classes? It goes something like this, okay? If you would like to come and try some essential oil treats, okay, we are having a business intro class. It's only 20 minutes long, and we are going to be talking about the joy of sharing essential oils with others. So we would love for you to stay on and be able to have those treats, and it'll be right after this next portion, okay? And maybe those treats can be wild orange whipped cream with strawberries, or On Guard Spritz apples. I love wild orange dipped in ice water apples. You know, you could have peppermint brownies, okay? So how that runs in your class is you spend 15 to 20 minutes signing people up, and then you do your intro to sharing. And that's a great time if you're doing a raffle or a drawing to do another raffle. Okay, so remember, each one of these pieces of it should be about 5 minutes. We talked about the business training being only 20. So 5 minutes of it is talking about hauling buckets versus a pipeline and residual income and why it's so awesome, okay? It really is quite awesome. And then 5 minutes of the basic overview of how the compensation plan, okay? We're not drawing circles or getting into great detail. We simply just say, hey, look, you enroll someone, you get 20% in cash the next Friday. It's pretty awesome, okay? And then 10 minutes of stories of how we have, and our friends have, their lives have changed because they financially have been rewarded through the generous compensation plan of sharing doTERRA, okay? So the third thing that I want to go through with you tonight, and I did hopefully warn you that tonight we are actually covering a lot of content. So I'm happy that you're on here with me. So the third one we talk about is the wellness consult, okay? So the wellness consult is a gift to our customers, but it's also a privilege for them as well, okay? And when you sit down and enroll someone, one of the things that you want to say is, since you're investing in your health, this is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to invest in you. When you get your oils, let's see, you'll get your oils on Wednesday. I'm going to come to your house on Friday, and I'm going to show you how to use those essential oils. And together, we will use my book, right? to go through and discover what are treatments and options for your top health concerns. They're usually about an hour long, and this is to support you in helping you feel confident in the products that you're purchasing. Okay, and if you want to learn how to do an effective wellness consult, the scripts are on the Daily Mentor Calls number 29. And I'm hopeful that all of you on here tonight know the Daily Mentor Calls and knowing the value of that. So you can invite your customers, the fourth step, to our weekly continuing education. So whether you're on my team or I have many on my team, leaders themselves, who do their own continuing education for their downline. We invite all of our new customers to join our continuing education series for free. And that's just an example of some of the other continuing educations that other people do as well. The next few things we have team calls. The purpose of those team calls is to help plug you into team support. Okay, it takes a village, and no one wants to be doing this business alone. It's really great to know that you have people who are reaching for the same goals that you are. Use our Facebook group and our pages to ask questions. You know, has anyone ever felt frustrated about this or that? And then, of course, schedule a weekly strategy call with your mentor. If you are one of my direct enrollments, then that mentor call is with me, which is super cool. And then, of course, I support my greater team by our weekly team calls. Now, that is the vacuum upstairs. You guys are just going to have to roll with it. He's a sweetheart, though. Seriously, my husband works so hard. Now, contacting and following up. This is the core of our business, okay? How can we share the products if we don't share the products, okay? How can we get paid for the products if we don't share the products? So we will ask you to help create what I call 4 hours a week, contacting and following up with new people not yet enrolled. So I do this all the time, and I've been sharing oils for 9 to 10 years. I always want to be bringing new pipes into my pipeline and creating the flow and continuing that process. One of the things that I heard in this last week's Back to Basics training with Elise Chedevy is, if you are a diamond in this company, you need to be recruiting at least 1 new silver a year. And that's just to maintain your diamond status, right? If you are a silver in this company, then you need to be recruiting at least 1 elite a year. And that's just simply to maintain your silver status. So think about the gift that we have with what I call 80% retention, okay? If we have a 70% retention, that means we have a 30% attrition. If you are not actively enrolling people and looking for builders and sampling them to doing this process, then your business will slowly disappear, okay? It's the law of nature. So we need to keep feeding our business and really helping and learning how to effectively invite through the daily mentor calls. So your next step is to simply sign up for the free training that you get at the daily mentor calls. Okay, map out when you will fit doTERRA into your schedule. So success is scheduled, right? If you plan to, how does the quote go? Right? If you plan to succeed, you'll succeed. If you plan to fail, or you fail to plan, then you'll fail. Okay, so this is really important. This is, of course, a strategy session for someone who has 3 to 4 leaders that they would create the strategy session for. Now, if this is someone who is working full time, your schedule would look a little bit different. And you have to ask yourself, am I willing to put in the work to build my pipeline so that one day doTERRA could actually replace my income? Okay, this is the part where I get a drink. We are going to get real here, people. What would it look like? And those of you who are on here, and I see your names right here, okay? Some of you are way past elite on here. Well, guess what? So am I. But guess what I'm doing in the next 6 weeks? Okay, I'm creating massive action in my business, which could be many of your businesses, in the next 6 weeks. So what is a foundation and why do we create them, right? Foundations are essential to your business and your growth. If you don't have a strong foundation, then you will continue building and building and building, okay, and be doing all the work for your business, and you'll never have that time freedom, okay? I want to point out the key foundational piece in doTERRA's business compensation structure, and that is the rank of elite. That is our simple duplication foundation. And as we help build and help focus on sharing with people. In fact, one of my new builders, and she's on here tonight, and I love her dearly. We were talking here today, and it was really an aha moment for her when I was like, right now, you're not focusing on selling, okay? You're focusing on sharing. You get to be the oil fairy, and you get to give people awesome, awesome experiences. And then only when they have awesome experiences, then you invite them to learn more. And then you ask them, how do they like to learn? Do you want me to come over and teach you how to use these essential oils at your home? Or do you like to learn in more of a class setting, okay? And one of the ways that I answer this, and people always like to know, well, how do you know if someone's like a one-on-one or if someone is like better to be coming to a class? And oftentimes you know that personality that if they like to, if they're competitive and like to be ahead of the game, they might not like a class format, okay? They might like to know that they are getting that special treatment. And most of your builders will be one-on-ones, okay? And I'm just gonna share that with you. And as they come to a class and they see the excitement that everyone has about these essential oils, it encourages them, of course, to do this as a business with you. So learn to build to elite, okay? As you build to elite, and lots of times we say on average, if everyone gets like a $200 kit, that's 15 people, okay? And what's really amazing about the Daily Mentor Calls and Elise Chedevy's Build to Elite program is it is very duplicable, and it's quite easy if you as you watch the process. So we build our business again with elites. So 3 elites equals 1 silver. So do the math. 3,000 in volume, 3,000 in volume, 3,000 in volume. So we have 3 separate legs, and it does not matter, okay, this one is not necessarily who's your enrollment, okay? It just simply needs to be 3 elite legs of 3,000. And an average annual earning for a silver is about 26,000, okay? Now look at when that silver, okay, is duplicated and creates 3 silvers into a platinum. I don't know about you, but was that a big jump in income, right? So let's go backwards a little bit, okay? Elite is 3,000 points or PV, okay? And as you create elite, then you turn around and help 3 more people create elite, and then you help them help 3 people create elite. That is an average annual income of a platinum. And sometimes it's hard for us to put our head around this and even believe this process. But what happens through this is we help people become elite by doing it for them. And that's not okay. As you find the right people to build with who are capable and committed and can help recruit and build themselves to elite, finding 3 builders, then this duplication process continues, okay? Can you see this here? And then as you have 4 silvers, you create a diamond, which is one of the top ranks within doTERRA. And then the top rank we have is a presidential diamond that has 6 platinums of their qualifying legs. And that's the average annual earnings. You know, it's really interesting because I had one of my friends post about another MLM company's convention this week and about how they honored 300 people in the top income structure. And guess what that top income structure was? Here, right? How many people do we have at Presidential Diamond? It's pretty cool to see. So how to jumpstart your business? Look at on call number 40 on the Daily Mentor Call and study it. How do you create elite in 6 weeks? And then get an accountability partner. Find someone who you can be accountable to, whether it's myself or one of my leaders, and say, I want to do the elite in 6 weeks. Can you help and mentor me through this process? And if you do this correctly and you sample people and invite them to learn and you learn how to teach, right, through those 7 principles, then you will find 3 builders. And then you turn around and help them create elite and teach your leaders to become elite. So choose which week to start. Okay, if this is 6 weeks to Elite and we are in the last week of January, chances are I would probably be launching my business the first week of March. And I would spend all of February sampling and discovering those people who want to learn more, and to invite to learn more. And of course, after I sampled them effectively, learning the techniques, getting them to my 4 classes that happen that first week of March. Okay, you're going to learn to make a list of 100 people, and you're going to qualify those people and rank them on the top characteristics of a diamond, right? Now, eventually, will you sample all those people? Yes, you will, but we want you to start with those top ranking individuals first, because you're looking for your builders. You're looking for those people who will duplicate with you, okay? And if you schedule 4 classes in 1 week, we've determined that this guarantees good attendance. Is it better to have 1 class of 20 people or 4 classes of 5 each? Right? Okay, you want 4 classes of 5 each. You want them to be more intimate. You want people to be able to answer questions. And when we have too large of classes and not enough wellness advocates to be there to answer people's questions and help enroll them, then we lose people. And we, of course, will help other people to invite them to host and just determine which level that they play at. What's really cool is, yes, you can build a business with hosts. And what I love hosts is that you oftentimes find builders at their classes, okay? So we're going to choose that week to start 2 to 8 weeks away and recognize that there's the law of diminishing intent, okay? So what is it that's really important for us? It's really, really important for us to take the right action in our business. And so the next 4 weeks, we are going to be sampling and creating lists and effectively giving people experiences, right? And I want you to determine, of course, if you want to build your business effectively or ineffectively. And you will discover, if you want to build your business effectively, that in that hundreds names list, you will rate those people based on that 7 criteria. Now, does this mean that they have to have all 7 of this criteria in order to build with you? Absolutely not. Okay, was I a 7? Yes, right? But at least Genevieve was a 5, okay? She wasn't into natural things, and she didn't have a financial need, okay? But she was able, of course, to see the opportunity of doTERRA and is able to enlist those 5, 6, and 7s. Now, you're going to sample those on your list who have the highest point total of the 7 characteristics of success. Why? Because we want you to invite people who are the most likely to engage in doTERRA as a business and or purchase doTERRA, okay? You are just going to sample 1 sample per person. 1. Okay? Your job is not to give them an entire collection of oils so that they don't need oils. Your job is just to give them an experience that shows them that these oils will work for them. Now, you always start with 1 inexpensive sample per person. So if someone is suffering from cancer and tends to get headaches, we are not sampling the cancer, okay? They are not going to have an aha moment of reflection and or treatment with that cancer. We're going to give them a sample for just 1 health concern. And I usually like to say the lowest hanging fruit, something that will give them a quick response. Okay. So as we take people through the sampling process and they have an effective sample, and we keep giving them samples, by the way, until they have a really cool experience. And then when they have that cool experience, we simply say, if you think that peppermint was awesome for your headaches, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Let me tell you about Deep Blue and what it's done for my back, or whatever that story is that you personally share. And then you say, you know what? I think you'd really enjoy learning more about the other essential oils that are available to you to help take care of your family. I have a few classes coming up, and let's look at what date would work best for you, because I really think you'd enjoy learning more about this. Okay. What is so incredible about you see how we stacked some of these classes 2 in 1 day, all really close to each other? It's because people are busy. Okay. If I was interested in coming and recognized that I had carpool on Thursday nights, I've been pretty bummed, but hey, wait, I do have Friday night open. Okay. You want to give people options, and this guarantees you to have some success, and it allows you to determine leaders and hosts through this experience as well. A lot of times we've had people who have come to that first class continue and actually bring back people, of course, with them. Maybe it's their mom's sister or someone they want to share with, to the Saturday class. Okay, so we, of course, talk about the 5 contact method. Okay, I'm giving you guys a whole overview of the daily mentor calls in like a 10-minute portion. Okay, so you're going to learn the scripting around each one of these action items. It's all there. It's all pretty amazing to see. Through that contact method, they learn, first of all, that you care about them, okay? That you actually will love them to the class and you will give them a good experience. So that first contact, you give them a free sample and you will continue delivering that sample until they have a good experience, okay? You call them 2 days later. So how did that sample work for you? What was your experience like? You find out if it works, right? And then that 2 days before, and then that 5th contact is texting 2 hours prior to the presentation. So after the good experience, we invite them to the class. And then we always, always, always call them. You can see it says call, okay? It says call. And it says text when you're allowed to text, okay? We are way too text friendly nowadays, my friends, okay? This is a direct sales company and we really need to make sure that that connection piece of picking up the phone and calling them means you matter to me, okay? So what's going to happen after your launch week is you're going to be able to book additional classes 2 weeks later, okay, from these hosts. We're going to give them keychains and award them for every single person they have at their class. We will fill up one of those bottles in their keychains. So if they have 4 people, awesome. We will fill 4 bottles in that keychain. If they have 8, then they'll have all 8 of those keychain bottles filled up for them. So you can see here in that first week, right? You have 4 classes and that kind of gives you a second week for what I call prepping. You're doing your wellness consults. You're kind of making sure that you have enough oils, samples, and handouts for your hosts. You're delivering the samples for your hosts because they've made their 10 to 20 names lists and rated those people as well. Then you have 2 classes every week from there. And guess what happens? You get future classes on your calendar. You have launched your business and you will build to elite, I promise you, within 30 days. And you will find the people that want to build with you, okay? And it's really cool to be able to see that through this process, of course, you get new team members, okay? Product users, 85% of your paycheck comes from those product users, okay? You're going to get new wellness advocates trained and actively teaching classes. What? In 30 days, right? You're not teaching everybody's class. You help teach their first 2 to 3 classes and then they are helping their people teach classes. That's the power of duplication. And then you're earning great fast start bonuses. Now you are set up for a successful business. It is really that simple, okay? And there's 2 things I want to leave with you, okay? You can build this business fast and it's hard, or you can build this business slow and it's hard, okay? This is a business, but the rate of return and the fruits that come from sharing doTERRA are more than just a financial reward. The stories that we get to hear, the people who are praying for natural methods or something else to be able to take care of their family, they're waiting for you. They're waiting for you to pick up the phone and say, are you into natural things? I have discovered and I am in love with essential oils and I have samples and gifts that I want to share with my friends and I thought of you. Is there something that I can bring by and help you, treat within your health? Okay, so this is building your foundation. We want you to become elite and we want to help your builders become elite and then teach your leaders to help other people become elite and then you duplicate. Thank you guys. Whoa, I was able to cover all of that in 1 hour. And I hope this is a video that you would share with your potential builders and take the challenge with us and listen to the calls, learn the scripts, learn how to effectively sample. If you are on this call and you want to schedule a strategy session with myself or one of my leaders, please feel free to text me. You are one of my builders and you are important to me. and I can help you map out those financial goals and ranks that you want to reach. So thank you guys. And if anyone has any last questions, please feel free to type them in there. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and we will close the recording. I need a